Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Ebony is rumored to have cried and cried so much. I bore you a prince. I bore you a prince. How on earth will you allow people to manipulate you to treat me this way? They said these tears came as a result of the fact that KBAC has asked her, like basically forced her now to leave for the United Kingdom. You do know that the last time we spoke, we got this report that they have asked the women to leave the palace. Now, why are they leaving the palace? They are asked to leave the palace because nobody is sure of what their plans are. And right now, you know, KBAC has spent so much money. KBAC has invested both physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and otherwise to ensure that he is, you know, able to reunite with his beloved Olori Naomi. He has done everything. As you and I are speaking right about now, Iyanifa is nowhere. Iyanifa has disappeared. When Iyanifa disappears like this, well, it's not as if somebody just saw Iyanifa and the woman disappeared into thin air. When I'm talking about disappearing like now, is that she has gone incommunicado again. And now when Iyanifa goes incommunicado like this, like she did the other 1 full month, is to go and look for spiritual materials to work for Ooni of Ife to restore his relationship with his wife. And that is why I see people say that it is really not easy to be married to a king like the Ooni of Ife. I now understand it. Naomi did all the 13 rituals, and that is why it's been so difficult for KBAC to let Naomi go. And that is why it's been so difficult for KBAC to even bring her back. And so if not for the fact that KBAC was smart enough to have done what he did, this situation would have been there for like forever. The situation would have been there for like forever. The next 9 years, we would have been talking about Olori Naomi and KBAC without them coming back together. Ooni of Ife understood the depth of this, you know, spiritually, and that was why he took that action to get Iyanifa into it. It would have been very difficult. Now, the first full moon was successful. The second full moon was successful. Some of the rituals that Ooni of Ife had to make, they were all successful. It's remaining the third full moon. And KBAC is doing everything within its power to expedite action to get them to do the last full moon at the beginning of this month. When we enter June, KBAC will be ready to perform, you know, the last full moon ritual, okay, before the moon comes out. And the items, getting those items have been very, very cumbersome. And that is why Iyanifa is gone again. So now, in order not to take any kind of risks, they have asked the Oloris to leave the palace, to vacate the palace, and come back shortly after the full moon ritual. This time, it's not even anything that anybody should worry about, because nobody is saying go out because Naomi wants to come in. Naomi is not coming into the palace. Naomi is not even interested in coming into the palace. As long as Olori Naomi is concerned, the palace has been so polluted that except those people leave the palace, Naomi will never, ever, ever want to come back to that palace. And because of her body language and the attacks that they have, of course, seen time and time again, happens to be the reason why KBAC has said, even himself, that Naomi is not coming back to the palace. As they just, when people talk about Naomi returning back into the palace, they are basically talking about returning back into the life of the Ooni of Ife, not the palace. Naomi will be staying in the royal mansion, where she has full control, where people will not go from A to B trying to bury things left, right, and center. And, you know, at the end of the day, that is what Naomi is going to do, and shuttle between the royal mansion and her UK mansion. Now, to be safe, Kabiyesi has asked Oloris to go. Ebony's family stormed the palace of the Ooni of Ife to come and make noise. Kabiyesi walked them all out and insisted that Ebony must return back to the UK as a matter of urgency. That was when Madam Drama started crying. I bore you I bore you a prince. I bore you a prince. I bore you a prince. Are you the only one that bore a prince for Kabiyesi? How about Oletik? Does Oletik not have a prince? Does Olori Naomi not have a prince? I do know that in your big, gigantic, or in your gigantic house, okay, those are not princes. You are the only one who bore Kabiyesi a prince. Yes, I know that is what you are thinking right about now. That it's not fair for her to be treated that way. It's disrespectful for her to be treated that way. One drama, one thing. She was just crying all over the place, making as in being all melodramatic, all over the fact that they asked that she needs to leave to UK over the weekend. Now, why is it that we feel everything is fight? Why? So if other Oloris in that palace were like you, would you be able to stay there? Because you feel this entitlement attitude, like you own this thing belongs to you. So this is why they say people should be very careful with what people you call friends. So while you were in that palace with Olori Naomi, this was the way you were feeling. Feeling like you are so important. Far more important than Olori Naomi. Even when she was, far ahead of you, being showcased all over the place as wife to the Ooni of Ife and all of that. So you were so bitter. Your mind was like this. Thank God for Olori Naomi's life, because she was at a point close to you because she never knew your mind. They said she cried, "Do I bore you a son? I bore you a son." Everybody started wondering, what is this I bore you a son drama? Are you the only one who has, a kid for this man? What is it? What is it? Was a question that everyone was asking. Well, this is what we are hearing. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media.